Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Kojo Majo, and today we're going to be starting off the first drink of the mocktail series. Today we're going to be making a classic mojito and a raspberry mojito. Now the mojito is one of my favorite drinks to make because usually when I make one mojito, I end up making 12 more mojitos or even 24 more mojitos because it's one of those captivating drinks. When people see it, they want a taste of it. It's one of those drinks that's a great conversation starter, and I just love, to entertain people with the mojito. And this is the simple syrup we made earlier. This right here is a mixing glass, what we use in mixing cocktails. The cutting board, raspberries, lemon and limes, and sugar. This is one of the sweeteners that I prefer to use, is agave. And one other, the last but not least, is the mint. So freshly cut mint, just make sure to have a few of them, like the top parts for your garnish, which is what you're gonna use to decorate your drinks as well. All right, we are going to start with cutting. I wash my hands, I promise I wash my hands, and I wash the garnishes. So we're gonna start with our lime, cutting our lime. I like a lime wedge to model the mojito with instead of a whale. I'm just gonna cut it into a short wedge and put about 4 to 5 lime wedges in your mojito. Now in this mojito specifically, we're gonna be adding extra lime juice to it since there's no spirits in it. So here are the 4 limes, and you grab about 5 to 6 mint leaves, and then you just give it a little bit of a smack or like a tap. Don't beat it up, just tap it, and then you just break it in half and place it in there. And then you measure your simple syrup. Now I prefer to use agave, but I'm just going to use simple syrup for this, for those of you that like to use sugar or simple syrup. This is 1-to-1 ratio, so it's evenly balanced. And we just pour about ½ an ounce of it in a cup, not that much. Just pour it in here. And then we just muddle away, all right? Just muddle lightly for mojito. You just want to release the essential oils in the mint. You don't want to beat it up too much. You just muddle lightly to crush the lime and to release the essential oils in the mint a little bit. Not too much, just like that. All right, so for this mojito, I'm gonna be adding some extra lime in it since it's a virgin mojito. I'm just gonna cut this into half. Now the difference between this one and the raspberry will be you just add raspberries to it. So, and then you add your raspberry and muddle it, but I'm not gonna do that, I'm just gonna do that later and do this first. So with this, I'm gonna measure, because I like to measure everything to keep it consistent in case someone else orders. So I'm just going to squeeze that in a cup. And try to extract as much juice from it as possible. And there we have that one. And then this one, do the same. What's hiding over there? And then, you can also use a juicer if you have a juicer. You don't have to use this handheld one. I'm just trying to get as much juice from this as possible since there's no Bacardi or any kind of spirit in this. Okay, we have about 1 ounce over there. Pretty easy to do this, If you don't have this at home, you can do it with your hands, but if you're gonna be making mocktails at home, I would suggest you invest in some kind of a juicer. That way you have fresh juice, and if you prefer to buy your juices, that's fine as well. That'll make your life a lot easier. Trader Joe's used to sell fresh lime juice. I don't know if they sell it anymore. So Trader Joe's is a great place to buy juices at squeeze that in there as well. Make sure we have, yeah, that should be about enough. 1.5 ounces of lime juice. And just pour that in as well. Easy breezy. I get my cup ready. Now, what I also like to do in advance is to get my garnishes ready, so it should make it look pretty when I cut it up. So I'm just gonna do a wheel. Which is pretty much just cutting the lime through. And then you just cut a slit in the, like in the middle, so it stays on the cup. And then grab my ice. Ooh, it starts to melt. Take it from the top. That's a decent amount of ice to shape it. And then ice for the actual drink. A little bit more so it feels full. You can always add more ice if you like. There you go. And then grab my shaker with the cover and just shake it, not overly shake it. This is not one of those drinks where you want to like dilute it too much. So you just shake it like a medium shake, like. Once you start to fill the bottle of frost, then you can stop shaking. And then you just pour it in here. Now, the glass is obviously not full, so what I can do is add just a little bit more ice and then top it off with, give me a moment. I'm gonna top it off with some seltzer. And then just give it a little bit of a stir to make it feel balanced and even. All right, there we go. And then just top it off with some club soda. Or you can choose not to have club soda in it. It's up to you. Now, remember when I mentioned that we should save some of these mints for the garnish. So this is what makes it look pretty when you're done doing it. Just put that on the side. And then I'm gonna put my wheel right here on the tip of the cup. And I can put the other one right on top to make it look really pretty. Now, like I mentioned before, if you want to make it a raspberry mojito, all you have to do is muddle the foundation ingredients with raspberry. And there you have it. A mojito, a classic mojito. Let me taste this first. Oh, nice. All right, I'm gonna bring it closer. And there you have it. The classic mojito. We're gonna make it, if you want it sweeter, you can add some more sweetener to it. I prefer agave, but we use simple syrup today. So that's the classic mojito. Just with raspberries this time. And then grab your mint and tap them. And then you break them. And then you grab your raspberries. However much you like. I prefer 4 to 5. Just add that in there. Muddle away. And then, kabam. Some bartenders like to strain them. I prefer to just leave everything in there. I think it's a better aesthetic when you just leave it all in there and you just taste all the flavor. But hey, to each their own. I'm just gonna leave it in there. stir it a little. Get everything evenly distributed as possible. And then we're gonna top it off with some club soda. Again. Sounds a little messy back here. All right, the prettiest of the prettiest garnish top. Grab that and place it on the side over there. And then you just grab your line and cut it into a line one, which is pretty much just cutting through from top to bottom of the line. Like that. And like that. Cut a wedge again for the tip of the drink. I'm just gonna place this one right here. And this one right on top. Flip it like that, okay. And this is a raspberry mojito. Ooh. It's dripping wet and juicy. Oh my God, that's so good. All right, and there you have it. Classic mojito, nojito, and a raspberry nojito. Hope you enjoyed it. If you end up making any of these drinks, feel free to tag me on my Instagram at @CojoMajo and let me know how it goes and how it tastes. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. See you later.